Although having a genetic predisposition is a very important factor, developing a substance abuse problem is influenced not only by our genes, but also by many environmental factors, such as our habits, where we live, and what we do for a living. This holds true for many medical problems like cancer and heart disease, as well as for substance abuse. But although many diseases arise from interactions between our bodies and the world around us, it doesn't necessarily mean that all people in the same situation will develop the same disease. So if the circumstances are indeed the same, why do some people develop a disease while others don't? For many people, much of the answer lies deep within our bodies, submerged at the microscopic depths of our cells, with our genes. We know that drug abuse, like alcoholism, runs in families. So that brings us to a very important question. Does drug abuse have a genetic basis like alcoholism? Twin studies have shown that, like alcoholism, there is clearly a genetic common denominator for drug abuse that runs in families. Researchers have found that if one of a pair of identical twins abuses drugs, the odds rise greatly that the other twin will also abuse drugs. Even if the twins were separated at birth and raised by different families in different countries, the results are the same. For those of us who are not identical twins, the likelihood of our developing a drug abuse problem is similarly highly influenced by the people we are most genetically similar to, namely, the members of our immediate family. If one of our close relatives, such as a parent, brother, or sister, has a drug problem, then the odds are significantly increased that we will develop a similar problem. The technical term for families with a history of substance abuse is family history positive. Families without a history of substance abuse are termed family history negative. Given all of the evidence that substance abuse has a genetic basis, many people ask if there are genes specific to this disorder. Considering that humans have many thousands of genes, it is highly unlikely that there is one specific gene whose only job is to determine whether someone will become a drug abuser. Most researchers agree that there are probably a couple of dozen genes that, in different ways, influence the addiction process. Although genes provide a strong biological basis for the development of substance abuse, genes alone are not always enough. We also know that some people who have no clear genetic predisposition also abuse drugs. Other factors, such as personal history and stress factors, also play an important role. However, unlike genetic predisposition, these other factors have been well recognized for years and have been thoroughly discussed elsewhere. In this video series, we will keep most of our focus on the biological factors that contribute to the development of substance abuse.